Okay, guys, hello again. This is my second attempt at this scope, and we're going to go ahead and get it finished. Welcome. Thank you for joining. If you could, please click the little man at the bottom and go ahead and invite your followers. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for joining, and go ahead and click the little man at the bottom and invite your followers. And also, let me give you guys a brief of who I am. I'm Tanya Edwards, the owner of Excellent Kids Early Learning Center, and also your business startup success coach and your business success strategist. Today, we are talking about a very important topic that could make or break your business, and that is hiring the right employee. So I was on just a few minutes ago, and I had to go ahead and jump off real quick, and we're going to start this scope again. I'm going to give you guys the information again. If you missed it, you can jot these notes down and make sure that when you're hiring a person or when you're ready to offer a position, you're in the right position to be profitable in your business. So how many of you know that hiring staff is a very challenging and daunting task? And it's something that a lot of us don't want to have to do. But if you're going to grow in your business, at some point you realize that you're not the only person that you need, and you actually need a quality team to work with you to help you grow your business. While it's challenging, if you get the wrong person, it could be very costly to your business. And so these tips that I'm going to give you today are going to help prevent you from losing money by wasting time on hiring the wrong people, and give you just a little bit of a guideline on how you can make sure you have the right people on your team. The first thing we want to talk about is hiring a person that is productive. You want to make sure that you get somebody that brings productivity to your business, and not somebody who just basically sits and does nothing but enjoy the ride and collect the paycheck. That's not the type of employee you want to have on your team. You want somebody who makes your work environment a pleasant work environment, somebody who adds to and doesn't take away from your company and from the job position. So when you're considering a candidate, make sure that you consider somebody who brings a lot of positivity and a lot of energy to the work environment, and who not only brings positivity and energy, but who can help other people along the way and encourage the rest of the employees to do the same thing, to make sure, employees to make sure that you have the right people on the team. If you're just joining me, go ahead and tap the little man at the bottom and invite your followers. I really appreciate it. And double tap the screen, guys, and give me some hearts. Let's see if we can get 3,000 hearts on this scope and keep moving. So one thing you must do is define the job thoroughly. How many of you have ever gotten a job and you don't really know exactly what you're supposed to be doing? You don't really know what your job is? Or if you've ever been to a company where you've met employees and they really don't know what their job title or job position is, or they may know the title, but they don't really know what they're supposed to be doing. This is something you want to avoid when you're hiring staff and hiring employees. Make sure that you have a well-defined job so people can know what is expected of them, and you can have something to measure your employees up to. The second thing I want to say is have a plan and use a checklist. Make sure that you have a plan of action for your hiring process, and that you use a checklist when you're getting ready to hire a staff member or an employee. When you have this checklist, you do it ahead of time so you can write down every qualification you're looking for and what would be the perfect candidate. When you have a person come and apply for that job, now it's easy for you to compare to see if everything basically matches up. Tip number 3 is have a plan and have a large pool of candidates. Why do I say have a large pool of candidates? Because this gives you the opportunity to hire the person that you want to hire, and not have you in a position where you have to settle for one or two people that may have applied for a job. So when you're getting ready to hire, go ahead and advertise and put out a lot of information, and be on the lookout for the right person and the right candidate for the job. And make sure you have a pool of candidates and not just one or two candidates. Tip number 5 is check, 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 and more checking. And what do I mean by checking? I mean check everything. This is going to save you time and money. For in a candidate from that candidate during the interview. So make sure you ask questions. And one last tip I want to give you guys is be sure that you don't, and be careful of rehiring yourself. What sense does it make to hire the person that's just like you? Where's the diversity? Why do you need a second you working in your company? So when you're hiring a person, I know it seems like the easiest thing to do is get the person that reminds you of you, or the person that you feel that warm and fuzzy. Sometimes you have to step outside of the box and hire the person that's not just like you, but the person that may bring a little challenge to your business and your company, the person that can give more input and may not be so busy trying to be like you so you can like them. This is Tanya Edwards. Thank you so much for joining Siobhan. Please welcome and invite your followers. So I'm going to go back over the tips again. Make sure you have a well-defined job description. Make sure you have a person that brings productivity, that does not bring stress to the job, but brings a positive impact to the work environment. You want to look for a person that matches up to your plan and your checklist that you've already compiled. So make sure you have a list that's already done ahead of time when you're getting ready to hire. The next tip is have a pool of candidates and not just one or two candidates. Having a pool allows you to have control over the type of person that you're bringing on board. Check, 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 and more checking. Basically, that saves you time down the line, and it makes you have the ability to know exactly who you're getting. Check your references, check the backgrounds. And I'm not saying that, welcome Teacher Mom, thank you for joining. I'm not saying you don't want to hire certain types of people, but just know who you're hiring. If you choose to hire an individual with a background, let that be your choice, and at least you know ahead of time that this is the person you're hiring. Good afternoon. If you could please click the little man at the bottom and invite your followers, I would greatly appreciate it. The next thing is to make sure you do pre-screening. Pre-screening could be done in the form of a pre-questionnaire or a phone call ahead of an actual interview. This gives you the opportunity to kind of listen to your candidate before you bring them on board for an official interview, and also gives you a chance to listen to their conversation, listen to the type of person they are. So you're kind of getting a peek at who the potential candidate is for the position. And the next thing I said is be careful not to rehire yourself. You want to have some diversity in your workplace, but at the same time, you want a stress-free work environment. So make sure when you're hiring, you hire people that bring different skills to the job, not the same skills that you have. You want to make sure that you hire the person that can challenge a little bit of what's going on in the company, but not challenge it to the point where it's negativity. Just challenge it to the point where it helps to grow the company. So once again, guys, my name is Tanya Edwards. You can find me across social media at Boss Lady on Fire. You can visit me on the web at www.tanyaedwards.com. I know this is a short scope, but I want to thank you guys for watching. If you're joining the replay, go ahead and click and invite your followers to watch as well. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys again at 9 p.m. Central.